Good afternoon. This is Penelope Flynn, your co-host of the Discussions from the Otherhood. I'm here with your Blerdsassins Next Door. We have Sonia, Otto, Cranston, and hopefully Nikki and James will pop back in. We've been having a little bit of technical difficulty. Okay, I've been having a little bit of technical difficulty this morning. So I hope we're finally ready to go. So here we are, less than 1 week before Christmas. I think are we in at the end of or almost at the end of Hanukkah now? I
It's
don't
mid.
know. What the Wednesday
I
is?
think we're in the middle.
Yeah, I think Wednesday, maybe the end of Hanukkah.
Yeah.
But we're here, during our holiday season, and we wanted to share with you all, despite the condition that we're in with regard to certain orange persons that are not the Great Pumpkin, that our aspirations here in the United States and hopefully the world are for a world of more inclusion, more diversity, where we are, um, actually treasuring, our differences as much as we treasure the things about us that are the same. So, to that end, today we are going to be discussing those shows, films that we look at or looked at when we were growing up that led us to believe that we were indeed living, in a charmed time where we were moving toward a more diverse and more inclusive world and country. Before we get started, though, we'll start with the weather. And Sonia, since you're up top, why don't you tell us about the weather where you are now in Rochester?
In Rochester, it was 60 degrees on Thursday. It's now 27 and a light snow.
Wow. I mean, are you enjoying at least the fact that it is a light snow as
Yeah,
opposed?
yeah. The warmer weathers did melt all the slush and the ice off of the road, black ice off of the roads. But now it's getting ready to start all over again. So
Yikes. Well, I'm hoping that you all will, not suffer too much and it'll warm up a little bit.
it's supposed to get up to. Let me check this. Recheck.
Mm.
Yeah, it's supposed to get up to 47 on next Saturday.
Wow. So
So
that
it's
sounds better than not, right?
yeah, it's the up and down that gets me, not necessarily.
That's what they call it, the pneumonia weather.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm hoping that you all don't get pneumonia, that you're able to make it through this holiday season, with the least amount of congestion.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, so, and
Mother
Otto,
Nature hearing.
how's the weather? Whoa, is that you? Otto
That
making that weird sound like a robotics?
a robot? No, I don't
Yeah,
think.
well, it sounded like a robot. Yeah.
Like static interference.
Staticky, yes. Maybe it's
I don't
me.
think that's
Let's see. Yeah, what's
it.
up? How's the weather?
Well, the weather's nice here. Actually, it's cloudy and overcast, and about 62 degrees. And the weather has been nothing to complain about the last few days, and it's only going to get better.
Okay, super. Wonderful. I like that. And how about you, Cranston? How's your weather?
Today, right now, it's 70, but it will be getting down into the 50s tonight. And it's going to be kind of like hovering between mid 70s to above freezing and stuff for the rest of the week.
Okay. Sounds better than being out in it. I don't know if that's
It's
good.
better than mine.
Better than being out in it. Okay, that's great. Yes, it is better than Rochester. I that we can do that. So I guess Nikki and hopefully James will be popping back in soon. But right now, I guess we can get on to things like when we were growing up, as we were saying earlier, Christmas, was, that end of the year, Santa Claus and happy holidays. And it was a time also when, goodwill toward men and we, saw the world, I guess at least I did growing up, as a place where everyone was moving toward this, great society, where all of our differences and, similarities were respected, and that these differences that we have were seen as, it's almost like, the Borg, that we add your specific uniqueness, to our whole. So now we're better for that. Not because, I mean, unfortunately, the Borg had this problem making you all the same after they were done adding your uniqueness to their own. So yeah, but thought of it more like, okay, you get all this great stuff, and it's not like the melting pot, but like we say about the goulash, it maintains, its own flavor, adding to the stew. You know, I've got Nikki back here, and we were just getting it started, and we were talking about weather. So tell us about your weather. How's it going?
It is cloudy here, and hello, everybody.
Hey, hey,
And it is 79 degrees.
that sounds really nice. I would like to have some of that, especially like next week.
Well,
I would like to.
Penelope, come on. I'll come on and get it. Come and get it.
No, no, I want that to come where I'm going to be. I
No,
want that weather where I'm getting ready to be on the weekend,
we want you to
next
come
weekend.
and get this weather so we can see you come and get it and
No
take it with
thanks.
you.
No
Oh,
thanks.
darn,
No, yeah,
darn.
bring it to where I am, and we will be absolutely cool. Very,
If
very thrilled.
if I could, I would. You know that.
Yes. Yes. Head on out the next time. All right. But here we are, and we're getting ready to discuss those Christmas shows, television, films that really made us believe that, diversity and inclusiveness were the order of the day as opposed to some, strange anomaly that these individuals, like us, are trying to promote. So, I don't know, since we started discussing this, I guess earlier, I'll ask you to start auto with what are some of the shows, films that when we were coming at, we looked at saying, okay, this is good, this is normal, this is okay, this makes me understand, believe that this is the way the world should be or the way the world is.
Well, I think, when I think of diversity, I think of like Ms. Scrooge, which is a Cicely Tyson movie.
Hmm.
And I know it's like a takeoff. They don't call it, a black Scrooge or the black woman Scrooge. It's kind of, corny Ms. Scrooge. But, to see this black woman, first a black girl
Hmm.
uh, in the South, going through, growing up and facing these challenges, and then she becomes a young actor. I don't know the actor's name, but becomes a young actor, and then eventually becomes Cicely Tyson, who is the Miss Scrooge character, who's all
Hmm.
mean, and then everyone knows the character arc. But the
Right.
way it happens is different than the typical character arc. It's things that you can relate to as a black person, with our history and knowing, a person growing up, becoming of age during the civil rights movement, and going from the south to the north, and experiencing all the opportunities that a young smart black woman could experience, to be young, gifted, and black in that area.
Hmm.
Uh, so the diversity there was really good to see it from that point of view. The Christmas story, the Scrooge story, told from that point of view was really, I thought was really interesting. I mean, there's like one bad performance in it, and that's the guy who plays the pastor.
Hmm.
But other than that, it's always it's a holiday. It's become a holiday tradition after I found it because it's hard to find. But when I saw it, I liked it, and I still like it.
Yeah. And another thing that I liked about Miss Scrooge is the fact that who is the person who plays the Marley character? Was it Mark Hellenberger who plays the Marley character, her
Yeah,
boss, and it's
yeah,
another woman.
right,
And I thought that that was an important
right,
issue
exactly.
too. That these people are up in Rhode Island,
Yeah,
and this business is run by another woman who is like a real, she's
She's
real
rough,
cheap
she's
type.
rough and tough because she's in the banking industry, and so
Yeah,
women don't have to be rough and tough, just like the men will have to be rough and tough, but in a different way.
yeah. And she was very tight with the money.
Yeah,
And she learned, and the Scrooge character, Ebenezer Scrooge, learned from her
Ebenita.
how to run Ebenezer, yeah, to run her business. And it was very interesting because, throughout the entire film, they, that Ebenezer say, how, the character was, her boss, how she would say, I'm going to start you at this lower amount of money. But she's sitting there counting all this money. And so basically, she knew what she was doing, trying to lure her in, starting her very low with the promise of giving her more. But she became also, because of the way of what happened to her father, because of money.
Right.
She really did not have a very good relationship with money.
And being a black man in the South with money and resources.
Hmm.
And we all know the story of Tulsa and places
Hmm.
like that. Black people had resources, and they decided to own their own business. Their businesses, how the white world reacted. When that happened, they
Yeah,
weren't
and
very
then also
weren't very happy.
his cohorts who were supposed to be helping him, how because of the difficulty they all pulled out
They
and
got
left
scared.
him pretty much bare. They got scared, and now he by himself could not afford to do the things that he did in order to get that business started up. And when and something to be reflective of something like Tulsa, they came and burned down the
Yeah,
store, the grocery
right,
store that they're not even had an opportunity to open yet.
right. It's a sad up.
He put his life on the line to try to stop this fire, but he could not, and died in that fire, but
Right.
left the entire family in ruins. And
Yeah,
in order to
because
pay the debt on that house, I mean on
but the,
that business, they had to sell the home that Ebenita's mother had given them, which they owned free and clear. So it's like,
Ebony's grandmother.
yes, that yeah, it was sold in order to pay back those debts,
So
and they were. Mhm.
it's like the legacy that they had. They had to sell in order to keep their head above water, to accept stuff from the food from the neighbors, and so it's sad, and when she grows up, she does some rank stuff to people.
Right. And I
But it's
think the other issue about her is that she had no belief in hope. Hope to her was a curse. It's the curse that killed her father. He had hopes and aspirations. Those hopes and aspirations basically ruined them. And so it's a really great, of course, we know what the redemption arc is in the Scrooge
yeah,
stories,
we all know it. But it but
but
it
but
our,
thinking, but coming from that perspective, it is different and
right.
it is interesting. And also, again, like the whole point of this thing being that these are two women that are really, they, as far as money is concerned, in the neighborhood, in that area, they're power brokers.
Yeah. And in the film, black women and women are prominent, right?
Hmm.
Because once the father's gone, the mother's running things,
Yes.
and then of course Ebenita herself goes, she takes the trek from the north, from the south to the north. It, and then she meets her fiance who's an attorney and wants to be in the middle of the civil rights movement and wants to head back south. And she's like, no, I'm not going. And we're not doing any spoilers because everybody knows the art character,
Yeah,
right?
we know the arc. Yeah.
But
But that is
it's
different.
a
That
woman.
thing there is very different from the arc in the original Dickens version. And it's really worth considering and even discussing, how it is that they deal with the relationship issues in this iteration of the Scrooge story.
Yeah, that makes it a diversity. It's diverse, but it's not like it's not. I think when people talk about diversity and inclusion, equity and inclusion, it's like even people of color and women and everyone else, they kind of they kind of it's kind of a turn off. It's like, oh boy, here we go again. It's
Mhm.
it's kind of like spoon fed to you, and you're really not
Mhm.
not entertaining. But this is an entertaining take on the Christmas Carol story,
Mm-hmm. Right.
and it's woman dominated and it's black woman dominated.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I like it a lot.
Right. Anybody else got anything that stands out to them as being, their a Christmas story that they think is
I got another one.
notable?
I got
Okay.
another one. If anyone else jump in.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I know. Amos and Andy is legendary. Being like the one of the worst like depictions of black people in the country.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and people, white people in blackface and all that kind of stuff. But the show itself is not that bad. So there's an Amos and Andy version. It's called the Christmas Story.
Mm-hmm.
There it is. Somebody, I guess Sonia put.
Yeah, I
Oh,
post. I post.
okay, yeah. So it's a Christmas story,
Mm-hmm.
and it is very touching. And in the Christmas in this particular episode of Amos and Andy, it shows that it's in Harlem, right? And it shows a black community, and it shows one of the characters playing Santa. They don't call him Black Santa or anything like. He's just Santa,
Mm-hmm.
and and so it's 1955, and in 1955, some of the things said in the episode are true today, and this shows you what Black life was, could be, and what was normal for a certain segment of the Black population in New York City at that time in 1955. You see the little
Mm-hmm.
girl there, one of the characters God is goddaughter, and she wants a doll, and it's a doll in the window. 1955, once again, it's a storefront that has black dolls in the display window. It's really good, you know, and it's also recommended.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean that is. I had never seen that episode before, but we sat down today and watched it. And the thing I thought was very interesting, my daughter also watched with us, and of course, this is her first time ever watching Amos and Andy. So, based on, what you hear, people in the back in the old days telling you, oh my gosh, Amos and Andy, how horrible and terrible this is, that she was surprised. She said because it was really good. And so I think that, when we look at these shows and stuff like that, that we have to be conscious that things are not exactly what it was, we maybe were told that it was, because it's a very good show.
Well, the problem with Amos and Andy is number one, the title.
Hmm. Yeah.
So the title Amos and Andy just, you know, black people are against it because of his legacy.
Right.
It's just
And
it's
who
a,
can blame?
it's
And who can blame us?
a
Who can
minstrel
blame
show.
us?
Yeah, it's a minstrel show. And then
Hmm.
the other thing that's offensive is that one character, Kingfish,
Hmm.
is such a damn stereotype, such a huge stereotype. And so that one character is a throwback to the old minstrel show. And so I think that's what was offensive to so many people.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. And from my perspective, it's kind of like a way back, a throwback that I think I told Otto about this show, this movie, TV movie, when we after we met, and he had never seen it, and I was really surprised.
Oh, I saw it.
He had, you saw it when you were a kid?
Yeah, I saw it. I didn't see the way you all saw it, but you and your sister saw it, but I saw it.
Okay. Well, I mean, from my recollection, you did not know this show because I had to look for it and
I
find
didn't
it.
know what you were talking about.
Well, I mean,
The line that you pulled from it, I didn't know what you were talking about.
okay. Anyway, it's the only most important line in the entire film, but we won't go into that. All right. It is called JT. Sometimes they have it listed some places as the Christmas Cat, but if you see it on IMDb, it is JT. and it's about this kid, JT Gamble, who's played by Kevin Hooks when he was a little kid. Janae Dubois plays as his mom. Teresa Merritt is the grandma, and it's about this little boy who lives in New York with his mother in a very rundown kind of apartment that is just kind of like they're on the tipping point, and how he finds this injured cat. I don't know if he's injured, but he's kind of like street cat, and he
Nasty looking
decides
cat.
that he wants to take care of this cat, which he does. And what happens in this Christmas season with this little boy whose father has, I don't know whether he has absconded or whether he has died, but he is not there. And they say his father left. So I don't know if he left, or they're using the euphemism left. But dad is not there. He's there with his mom, and his grandmother has, come up there to visit. And, he's been having trouble in school because he's not doing his homework assignments, etc. And also he's been skipping school to go take care of and play with this cat. So it's really an interesting film. It's I mean I enjoyed it, you know, growing up. And the line that we all did, I know that, Nikki probably remembers it. Remember, what you want for Christmas? Child.
Child.
That's
I
Mm-hmm.
want me this cat I
that's
found.
crazy.
So yeah, we do lines, his lines from films and television shows. That was one of them
I don't know why y'all would pull that line from that show.
because that's the line from the film whole point
The
about the
whole
cat.
damn show. It's an
It's
What
hour.
you
the
want for
only
Christmas,
line listed
child?
on Internet Movie Database.
Because
You
that's
joking?
the movie. That's the
You
line.
joking?
What you want for Christmas, child?
Really?
I want me this
Yeah,
cat I found.
it's the only quote on the Internet Movie Database.
Oh my God!
Because it is such a big deal, and that's the main crux of the story.
I didn't know what you were talking about.
Okay, all right. I
But
mean, come on.
Kevin Hooks plays the kid JT, and Jeanette Dubois, who people remember as Bologna on Good Times, plays the mother.
Hmm.
And
Yeah, and
Teresa Merritt is the one who quotes
Married,
that line.
right? Yeah, Teresa Merritt. So everybody knows her from That's My Mama, and also she
hmm
played. Who did she play in the Wiz? What did she
The
play?
Wicked Witch.
Did she play the mom? She
No,
no,
played
she
Dorothy.
played the Wicked Witch.
In the
no, she
movie, she was
didn't.
Dorothy's mom. I
Mabel
think.
King, I thought played the witch.
I think.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
Hold on.
in the movie The Wiz, Teresa Merritt plays Dorothy's mom.
Probably, probably. With Diana Ross. Yep, yep, yep.
Yeah, she played the mom.
Hmm. Yeah, Mabel King was the
Kane
witch.
played
Yeah,
the sister of the Wicked Witch of the
Yes.
East
Auntie
West.
M. Yeah,
Hmm. Aunt, the aunt.
Aunt
Was she
M.
mom or should be aunt? She was, yeah.
Aunt M. I
Aunt
see
M.
it now.
Aunt M.
I see the. I see this still. No. Oh yeah. Okay, I got it now.
She also played That's My Mom. Ooh wee.
Oh my God, dude, you don't be reminded of that ever. Ted Lang, but such a great actor, and to be, kind of playing those types of roles, but that was no problem with it.
But no,
You know.
that's a good movie. And I can't believe that line. I had no idea what you were talking about, but Sonia said it's a line. Apparently, the defining line in the film.
And it is. Which one for Christmas? Child. Good. It's Teresa Mara. I mean, she sells that thing. You know she does. As this grandmotherly role. And the thing about the film is like, I know it's kind of like loss, desperation, hope, and community. What it takes really to raise a child, and also like the issues, even like the mother admitting that some of her frustrations that what's going on right now in their lives, that she's taking them out on this little boy. You
Yeah,
know, I mean, it's being hypercritical.
they're like
It's
they're like the third wave of the northern migration.
hmm
So they're originally from Tennessee. So the third wave of Southerners. to New York City did not. There was no room. There was no room in the working class section of New York City, the middle class, upper middle class. So a lot of the third wave people had to live in places that were a little on either on the edge or in the dumps.
Yeah, yeah. And specifically because there was actually nowhere else to go. And if you're coming from the South where you don't have a lot of pay, if no one has been stockpiling money, it's going to be very difficult to go somewhere like to New York or Detroit or Chicago and be able to get a place to live unless you've got several people all working together, moving into one place in order to support each other. It's a very difficult thing. And in
Right.
this particular show, she is a single mom at this point, having to support her child. And one of the hard issues was this child trying to take care of his cat has taken, putting cat tuna fish on his mom's credit account at their little corner grocery store. And of course, she's thinking she's going to go in and pay and catch up because she's 2 months behind. So she's ready to go there and pay and say, phew, and finding out that the bill is almost twice what she thought. And of course, her first reaction is like, are you sure this is my kid? You know, that has added this up. And so this, of course, we know who your child is. And she's just kind of, can you take, basically half and just gotta try to make it up because even back then we were children and stuff. Tuna was not cheap. You know,
Yeah,
and
sure.
he's there like getting tuna cans like it's one on the city. Like with water or something. So it's really interesting how it is that the mom can feel so defeated and depressed, and I think the assistance that she gets psychologically, I think from her own mother being there is crucial. But the whole concept that, we hear the guy who runs the grocery store, these people are, apparently Jewish, and how they are part of this community. And, that, little kids that, the bad little boys, one little black kid, one, I guess, little Puerto Rican kid, and then, his little friend from school, his little Puerto Rican, another little Puerto Rican kid, and this guy, his teacher, who's an Anglo woman. And, these are the people that make up this child's life, this world that he lives in. The teacher who's just very disappointed because he's not doing his work, but she knows that he can do better. And it's not like, I just write you off. No, I know you can do better. And but he's distracted and he's unfocused. But still, you try to it's just back in the day when people actually cared whether or not you were working, to your potential. So I really like, JT, as you do, Otto, that it's, if you want to see something, that in certain portions of it, like, we talked, Otto and I, that when I looked at the neighborhood of where he lived, because we lived in Detroit when we were children, I did not see, where we lived in Detroit being equal to what it was that they showed JT living in. We lived in a two family when we were kids, and with my mom and my older sister, and I guess our parents and my older sister. My father just started working for the airlines, and my mom was a teacher. And we lived like in a neighborhood. In fact, I was telling Otto, he was asking me what neighborhood we lived in. I said I don't know, but on the way to school, we walked past Motown on our way to school, so we are in that community. And I liked my community. I liked my neighborhood, and it was not something where you looked at, so everything's kind of bombed out or you know, bad or anything like that. It was just a regular neighborhood. And I really thought it was interesting when Otto and I were talking. He said, "Yeah, but he remembers seeing places like that,
Oh
when
yeah,
he was
I
growing up."
think, yeah, because it's the third or subsequent wave of Southerners going up north, and so we went um, from living in the second wave or first wave, second wave of Southerners who migrated to the north,
Hmm.
and so it was working class, middle class neighborhood in Brooklyn to but I guess we got lowered to a third or fourth wave neighborhood that looked like JT. So I know exactly what JT's neighborhood looked like, and that was no city. That was no Hollywood lot, back lot.
Hmm.
That was New York City. It looked exactly like that.
Hmm. Right. So yeah, those are things that that stood out to me because it reminded me, of course, of my childhood. Watching this with my sibling, my sisters, and as well as I see it, from time to time when I watch this thing, I draw different things from it because as a child and I'm watching it and I see it from the point of view of this little boy who wants this cat. But of course, as a kid, I'm like, is he insane putting this on his mom? His mom's gonna end up paying for that, and oh my gosh, what's she gonna do to him when she finds out? But as I get older, from the mother's perspective, and from the grandmother's perspective, I see it now, from the vendor, the store owner's perspective, and I see a lot more, regarding my from if you compare it to my original viewing, which is always good. Every time you see it, you pick up something new, and especially this time, the thing that I, picked up new from it was really keying into the mom's reactions to what was going on around her, where I really didn't pay as much attention, I think, earlier, but really looking at the fact that I don't know why I thought her husband was dead at the beginning, but now understand that he is just gone for whatever reason, and what type of trauma that could be, for a mom, a young mother, who now is by herself and having to carry this load all on her own. So I thought, yeah, it was different this time when I watched it. So I don't know if anyone's ever had the opportunity to watch it, whether you had any commentary regarding it, or whether you had anything else, the same, different that you wanted to bring in.
No, I thought Jeanette Dubois did a great job. She looked like a young mother struggling.
Hmm. Yeah,
And
she did.
Kevin Hooks, I thought was hard.
Yeah, he was bad, but at the time we were children, we didn't realize how bad he was. But now that we are older, we look back and say, "Yikes, not so great, huh?"
And I want to know from you guys, since you didn't live in that area, you never saw New York in that way. Um, how did y'all view that? The way that film looked.
Well, my position when I looked at it, I thought that, wow, this place is kind of whoa. I mean, it was not like what I recalled in Detroit. Even when I traveled to New York to visit, our family that was in New York, I don't think that we saw anything that was quite like that.
I don't know if Nikki has anything.
When we went to New York, let's be honest, Penelope, we didn't see anything.
This is
That's
Next
true.
year we were going to see Aunt Maggie. We were in the house all the
That's
time.
right.
So,
well,
and
so that, and also I didn't like JT. I didn't like him because he was, you
You know,
know,
like the child, JT, the little
no, I
boy.
didn't like the kid. Yeah, so he seemed impertinent and a whiner to me.
Well, yeah, I think he was, and that's another issue we have with that. That this kid, in my mind, he like lived in his own fantasy world. You know?
Yeah, can't you see what your mother's going through? Why are you lamenting over a GD cat,
oops.
an ugly ass cat?
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. He did that, but he was like again like this little child living in a fantasy world, creating like his own little place there with the cat. And they're acting like he's a doctor. Taking care of the cat. I guess he had a lot of goals, aspirations, and things, but
And he had no
didn't
friends.
realize that his current, actions would
He,
have a negative effect on his family.
he didn't have any friends. And he said stuff like, I reckon. I said, what the reckon? What are you talking about, reckon?
Okay, yeah, that's the reckon I can have it. That they was, oh my
Yeah,
God, that really got us. Who says reckon?
reckon.
Reckon, yeah. Yeah, I thought that was, yeah. You reckon I can have it? I can have it
I still don't know why that line stands out for anybody though. I know.
because it was funny. You're saying reckon. Don't even get that stuff. How funny that was.
No, I don't. But
Okay.
like Sonya said, it's apparently the only line that's identified in the movie. So
Yeah, because it was funny.
somebody
I
must have
mean,
nailed.
it wasn't funny. They thought, I'm sure that the people who posted that believed that it was poignant or whatever. But for us, it's like, wow, that's something.
I'm looking at the credits and noticing that the director is also the same gentleman who directed uh Dominic and Eugene and Extremities and the Solomon and Sheba movie with um Halle Berry playing the
Mm,
Queen of Sheba.
No,
And it
that
was
is.
written by Lily oh, I'm sorry, I'm forgetting her name already, and Jane Wagner, who went on to write and produce a lot of stuff for Lily Tomlin.
yeah, that
So it's
Jane
like
Wagner
that's
did
some
right. I didn't realize he wrote JT. So there you go.
yeah, lots of interest, lots of that's a have to be, and it was a TV movie that
Hmm.
they decided to give primetime release, and it went on to win the Emmy, Peabody, and I had never heard of it, so I was like, okay, it's on my list.
Yeah.
Have you never heard of it?
Uh-uh. I think
Wow.
because I was too busy living similar to.
I said that does not
Oh,
seem like entertainment to me.
it's 1960. Yeah, I mean, it was. I mean, it really. When I watched it, of course, I was a kid, but it wasn't really entertaining. It was kind of. I was thinking as a kid, who's this made for, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it looks like the director also did a lot of documentaries, so that's why it probably felt like you and I for real life.
Yeah, it looked like I could look out my window and see that. And,
Right. He also did a lot of documentaries, so
but it was. I don't know any. I don't know. I didn't know any kids that didn't have friends, right? It's like
Mm-hmm.
everybody I knew walked, talked, played with other kids. He was really isolated.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah.
That would have
And it
that would have
bothered
been too close to home. Yeah.
Yeah. And the thing is that got me about it, like you say, that um he uh he was like again isolated that way with other children, but the only other child that he communicates with really, in school, the kid with glasses, is he asks him about drawing a cat,
me. Yeah,
not really to engage with him in any other way, you know?
right. And I don't know whether the kid was born in New York City or born in Tennessee, and
Mhm.
him and his father and mother moved from Tennessee to New York City, and maybe that's why he said the word reckon. Maybe
Mhm. Maybe.
maybe I don't know.
Mhm.
But it's a good movie.
Mhm.
It's a good thing to see. It's a good how you say retrospective of things, how things
Mhm.
existed back in 1969, the state of Black America in that particular time and place.
Mhm.
And it looked like it's interesting you said documentary because almost looked like a documentary.
Yeah. Mm-mm-mm. Wow.
Adding it to my watch list.
I have a question.
Mhm.
Question. So I,
It's,
I hear like the Simpsons in the background.
yes,
Is that going to cause a problem like in your show?
it may. You know, you may want to try to keep it muted as much as possible. Yeah. Mute as much. Maybe get like crisp or something on the thing so that it will give you what do you call it? Noise canceling.
Well,
Okay, now it got even worse. Thanks. It got worse. Even
It
more,
is,
okay.
yeah.
All right, so but okay, so
There's
but
only
we
so much a
covered.
curtain can block out.
Yeah. So I'd say in with regard to Christmas, anybody else have any stories, films, TV shows
Well,
that they have seen that, puts you in mind of the diversity of Christmas?
newer ones, Jingle Jangle,
Okay, so we'll talk about it.
and what was the other one with Eddie Murphy, Candy Cane? Or
I do not know that one, but I do know Jingle Jangle. And that was, I mean, I'll tell you, I thought that that was really very cool because it had like a lot of like very steampunk elements to it that I
What
yes,
thought
is that
were,
the
were
movie
really
with?
neat.
Is that the movie with Forrest Whitaker in it?
Yes, it is. Yes, yes. What I mean that it was really I do like a lot of the steampunky kind of elements that they had to it. The whole I mean I think it was one of those films that it got almost to the end and it would make it just had a few little drops in it. But other than that, I thought it was really good. You know,
It's a beautiful movie.
yeah, and a
uh,
beautiful to look at film.
What it had the guy from Keegan Key, right?
Yeah,
yeah.
Michael Key. Yeah,
Okay. So it was like a rivalry between the Forrest Whitaker character and Key's character.
yeah, and who else was in it?
Um, Hugh Bonneville, Anika Nona Rose,
Yeah, Anika Nani Rose.
Felicia Rashad.
Didn't she? I believe didn't she go to A&M? I think.
Yes, she
Yes.
did.
Mhm. And I'm not remembering everything, but it's like you have the main character who's the creator. Well, not the main character. The little girl is actually the main character, but the guy who creates the toys and the other guy who is his nemesis. But the nemesis is supported by like some little puppet guy, right? Who is
Yeah,
Michael?
Bonneville's
Yeah,
character.
yeah. So Key and Michael Key has this thing, this little puppet thing. Who I have no idea why he thinks he can run a store, but who knows, right? Who's run a shop? But there you go. So yeah, but it was very interesting. I mean, again, beautiful
Yeah, and
looking
I
still.
liked how they the storytelling, and then you realize the significance of the little girl afterwards.
Yeah, and she is. I mean, I think that it's a really great um looking film. I mean, just beautiful, beautifully done. And I mean, even if you just watch it, even if you think parts of it are corny and difficult, it's just a beautiful, beautiful film to watch. Um, whoever, in fact, I think we're both probably in, IMDb, but to look at who the crew is in this thing to see who it was that is responsible for, the production, because the production values are just amazing.
I'm trying to see
Costume
what else.
designer is Michael Wilkinson, set director Rob Cameron, makeup, they have a huge amount of makeup people. But I mean, the whoever did the set direction, Rob Cameron, and the costume designer Michael Wilkinson are to be applauded. The art directors Phil Harvey, Patricia Johnson, Stephen Lawrence, Harry Payne, and Quinn Robinson. What a beautiful looking thing! And Gavin Bouquet is the production designer. So yeah, just fantastic, fantastic.
It looks like the writer director did on some other Christmas stuff too.
And
David
what are
Talbot.
those? Well, are they any things that would fall
I
into the
don't
category
remember.
of
There's
what we're
one
doing
called
here?
yeah, there's one called Almost Christmas. I don't remember it though.
Hmm.
Although it had Kimberly Elise, Omar Epps, and Gabrielle Union. You'd think I would remember that, but I don't.
Mm, me neither.
Let me see
So
what the byline says,
yeah, so maybe
describes
it's
it.
something.
A dysfunctional family gathers for their first Christmas since their mother died. That's probably why I don't remember it. Because,
Yeah, yeah, probably too close to home during the period that it came out.
yeah,
So I'm trying to see is there, but I do think that Jingle Jangle is a very good. It's a good film. I noticed the IMDb rating on it is not that high, but you can't take these things at face value. You
no.
got to watch it yourself. It was a Netflix film. it may probably still be streaming on it is in fact streaming on Netflix now. So if you want to get
Yeah,
your
they're the same ones
Christmas,
who gave Ms. Scrooge a 5.5. So
yeah,
no.
and your steampunk fix, find it on Netflix and
Yes.
check it out. It's really
Who gave Miss
uh,
Scrooge a 5.5?
The overall
IMDb.
rating on IMDb.
Yeah, you have to be,
Yeah.
very.
When you read the comments, you can tell
Mhm.
that it was
Yeah,
one of
yeah.
those.
We have to really, be take these things with a grain of salt.
Yeah. Well, in this case, a pound of salt
Mhm.
because they're
Yeah.
not hiding it. The one with Eddie Murphy and oh, why can't I Ellis Ross?
What is it
Candy
called?
Cane Lane.
Candy cane. You
That's
know
on
what?
Prime.
I have never heard of that. I don't think, or maybe I've
He's a
heard of it.
man obsessed with Christmas, and it's determined to win the neighborhood decorating contest. And so
Oh,
he goes to this um, unusual shop where they promise that they'll give him all this stuff he needs to make a wonderful Christmas, and it ends up making like the 12 days of Christmas of hell.
oh
And
my.
then, but he has to figure out how to break the curse.
Okay, I have never
See that
heard
one?
of this, or at least I've never seen it, and maybe I heard of it in passing. But wow, we should put that on our list of to watches.
Yeah,
Yeah, especially since David Allen Greer plays Santa.
That's interesting.
sounds fun.
Interesting choice for Santa.
Yeah, sounds fun.
It's and it you could tell they were being diverse without shoving it like we talked about earlier, without shoving it down your throat.
Uh huh.
Yes, without spoon feeding it to you.
Yeah. Um Especially when the competition with his neighbor. I'm trying to remember which it wasn't Nick Offerman who played the neighbor. I cannot remember
Hmm.
which person I'm trying to remember. But the neighbor that he's competing against.
Ah, okay.
But his name is Chris Carver. His wife is Carol Carver, and of
Hmm.
course his children are Joy, Holly, and Nick. It's
Wow,
how obsessed he is with Christmas.
wow, they are in.
And
They are not
I
playing
don't think
around.
then it's not like, and the children are like, wow, what? This is normal.
Oh, that's cute. That is cute. All right.
So that one was fun.
Okay, well, so yeah, again, thank you. I'd never heard of that one before, so I'm glad that you brought it out. Well, I mean, maybe I heard it in passing, but I just did not know.
Well, when
You
you
know,
first hear Eddie Murphy, people keep forgetting about how great an actor he could be with the right script. So they're always expecting the Saturday Night Live Eddie Murphy.
yeah, and that's problem. That's a problem.
Right.
Because um, who wants to be seen as that all the time? Although but he's done so much since then, so it's kind of crazy.
And this is one of the more recent ones. So it came out in 23.
Hmm. Yeah, that is more recent.
Yeah.
Well, what year's Jingle Jangle? Was like 2020 or something? What year is that?
Hold on, let me go back and double check. Where'd my sorry. I think it was
Now,
20 it was after was it after COVID?
I don't know. I don't
I
know.
can't remember. Let's see. Jingle Jangle 2020. It was during COVID.
Okay. Yeah, I know one film that I don't think is like very like, oh my gosh, this is very, the diversity thing, but uh I think Elf in a way, you know, it's just because he's coming from the North Pole and then coming to, New York. I think it's like gets me so when they did their North Pole, I don't think there was one brown face, in the North Pole. Of course, his boss, when he gets to New York and works at the department store, is, a black male. But you don't see that much in Elf. But they do, of course, have what is his name? What does he play? The Miles? What's his name? Trevor or whatever.
James.
Peter Dinklage, Miles Finch. They have him
Oh, Peter
playing the
Dinklage.
role. Oh,
Yeah,
Peter Dinklage playing Miles Finch,
yeah.
which I think,
James Caan.
yes, and of course, Faison Love. That's who it is. That
Hmm.
plays the manager at Gimbel's where Buddy is working. So you don't see too much Brown up in here, but I do think it was interesting that they had the role that with Peter Dinklage that he plays, you know, a dwarf, and this this person, this man child, keeps referring to him, it's like he's like a little, elf child or something, and getting very angry. And I think the thing's very interesting to me when I think about it is that people look at that and they laugh, that, Miles Finch, gets mad and he's fighting with Buddy, but it's like a person beating up somebody who's mentally retarded to me. And that's why I thought man, that's why me and Peter Dinklage, man, we got beef because I was always pissy with him about that role. But I thought it was very good that they did not make it appear that, you know, people who were dwarves were like elves. No, they're not. He's a dwarf, and he's different, and he's a man, an adult who lives in New York City and does his job and does not want to be what he feels, be looked down upon by some moron. So although I didn't like Peter Dinklage, with his role, beating him up as Miles Finch, I respect the fact that they did it. So, for people who are watching these films, they know every year that you see someone who is a dwarf or a little person, however it is that people want to call themselves, to see somebody finally, in a role where they're just like, cut it out, you know, just cut it out. So in that sense, it has, that type of diversity. But I think it's important to see that no, somebody who is in that man's position, he is a writer, he is a ghost writer, he is a fixer, that he wants to be treated with respect and seriousness. And I
He's
like
really
it.
mean though. He's really
He is
mean.
mean. My mouth Finch is mean. But the fact that if you are someone that has to deal with this, bullshit all the time, excuse my French, yeah, it'd be nice to see somebody just say enough, you know, enough, and not put up with it. So yeah, I do think that that is part of our diversity, issue, that we see everybody in the picture,
Trying to think of more, and I'm blank.
Well, I have one. I
Mhm.
have one more. Now, this is an episode. It's not necessarily a film or
Mhm.
complete television show, but it's the Messiah of Mott Street,
Oh, what is an
Night Gallery.
night gallery? Yeah. Yeah, that is a great episode.
It is worth searching for. It's hard to
Yeah.
find, but in my mind, it's worth searching for. It's Messiah of Mott Street. It's a Night Gallery episode. It's written by Rod Serling. It has heavyweights in it. It has Edward G. Robinson, Yaphet Kotto, and Tony, what's his name?
Uh uh Tony Roberts?
Tony Roberts, who was in a lot of Woody Allen films.
Mhm.
Um, in this episode about the Messiah on Mott Street, and I'm not going to tell you what it. I mean, it's old as
It
hell,
is
right?
one of the best stories. It is about urban the urban center and Christmas. I mean, excellent.
Yeah,
So
I
if you
mean,
can find
there's
it,
a Mott
where do you
Street.
find? Who is it that is it Daily Motion where you can find it?
You can find it on Daily Motion. You could YouTube. YouTube has discussions about that. It doesn't show the actual episode, but YouTube's had discussion about that particular episode, along with a bunch of other night gallery episodes. But I think Daily Motion has the actual episode itself, and you have to search on like Bing to get an actual episode of some alternative sites.
Hmm.
But it is worth searching for. Yaphet Kotto is really good.
Yeah, excellent, excellent. I mean, and
because
Rod Serling is
I mean,
certainly at his best
oh
writing
yeah,
in this.
absolutely,
Absolutely at his
absolutely
best.
best writing Christmas. You know, Ross Serling is very good at writing Christmas narratives. He's done several of them,
Mhm.
and this is one of his best ones. And
Mhm.
I mean, basically, Edward G. Robinson is taking care of his grandson because the parents have died, and Edward G. Robinson is in a bad way, and his son is saying, you know, his grandson is telling his grandfather, you know, um, what's going to happen? Is the angel of death going to take you? And Edward G. Robinson character says, no, I'm going to be saved by the Messiah. And the little boy asks him, you know, what did this Messiah look like? And Edward G. Robinson says, the Messiah you're gonna recognize the Messiah because he'll come from the sky and he'll be
He
black and
looms. He looms
he'll
large
be
and black against the
large and
sky.
black from the sky. And and the boy goes out on the street on Mott Street looking for the Messiah, and he runs into Yaphet Kotto.
Yeah.
So whether or not Yaphet Kotto is the Messiah, you have to find out by watching the episode. But
Yeah.
he looms, he's large, and he's black.
Yeah. He was. Yeah. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah. That was really really good.
I haven't seen it in a while, and it looks like it might be on Disney Plus, so I'm going to go look again. Um, Disney produced a hip hop Nutcracker with
Uh.
Mikhail Baryshnikov and I think Debbie Allen was the choreographer.
Mm-hmm.
Was it good?
I remember it vaguely being enjoyable and listening to some of them, but I can't remember
Mm-hmm.
details exactly. And of course, it got a 5.5, which means that
It's probably
the
good. It's probably
folks,
pretty good. Yeah.
yeah, the folks, it got ratings bombed.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. What did the Messiah Mott Street get on that IMDb? Is it
Hold
very?
Uh.
on,
I'm interested
hold
because
on.
Yaphet Kotto is the only black person in the damn episode. But you know, of
Mhm.
course, Edward G. Robinson is
But
Jewish. So,
everybody is the only one of what they are pretty much in this episode, though.
well, Edward G. Robinson is Jewish. Tony Roberts is Jewish. And the little boy is Jewish.
But it's their house. I mean, he's an old Jewish man with a Jewish doctor. You know.
Yeah, but Jewish
Night
doctor.
Gallery.
Mhm.
It
Jewish.
got. It hasn't been rated.
Oh, it hasn't
No
been.
one's rated it.
Ah, well, that's interesting.
Well, there's
It
diversity.
doesn't. Hold on. Oh wait, I'm sorry. I'm on the wrong thing. That was a podcast talking about it. Hold on, hold on.
Mm.
I clicked the wrong button. I'm sorry.
Yeah, they talk about the episode a lot, but I don't know how many people actually.
It's 7.6.
Well, I guess
It
that's not
probably
too bad.
deserves more.
Huh?
It
It
probably
deserves
deserves a
more
little
than
better than
that.
that.
It deserves more than that. I mean,
Hmm.
this is a Rod Serling special. And Rod Serling has wrote, you know, of course he did the other Christmas episode with Art Carney. Everyone remembers that one, that Twilight Zone
Hmm.
episode where Art Carney is Santa Claus, kind of,
Uh-huh.
and he
Yeah,
did
that's a good one.
right, and he does another. What is the movie he did where the guy's son is in Vietnam?
Oh my gosh. In Page for Pip. Is that it?
What is it? What is it
Wait,
called?
wait, wait. No, the son is in Vietnam. Yeah, in
The
Praise of
son.
Pip, right?
Yeah,
No,
praise
not the
Pip.
episode. It's a movie. It's a movie.
Oh, movie. I don't know that.
It's a movie where the father is really conservative and mean, and
Mm-mm.
oh gosh, oh, it's like Carol for Another Christmas, I think it's called.
Hmm. I don't know that one.
It's called
And
Carol for
who's
Another
in it?
Christmas.
Who's in it?
Oh gosh, the guy. All I I know the actor. I can tell you actors who I can't
Okay, it's
tell you
called
their name.
Carol for Another Christmas, right?
Carol for Another Christmas. Yeah,
Okay, I'll look it up.
I think the guy who.
Okay, it's a 1964.
Mhm.
Rod Serling did it. Yes. Okay, yeah, I see this on here. Yep, yep.
Yeah,
Mankiewicz directed. Percy Rodriguez and Sterling Hayden. Ben
Sterling Hayden.
Gazzara. Yeah.
Right, Sterling. Bingazara. Yeah,
Yes.
Bingazara plays the I guess the nephew,
Mm-hmm.
and Sterling Hayden plays a Scrooge character.
I think so.
Right, and of course Sterling is talking about the tragedies of war, and the Hayden's character is son was killed in
Mm-hmm.
either Vietnam and
World War II.
World War II.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so it gives Sterling another opportunity. Once again, does a great job of discussing the tragedies of war and how the world can harden people's hearts and
Mm-hmm.
stuff like.
Yeah. And Percy Rodriguez is very good in it.
Yeah, Percy Rodriguez is what is he, the manservant in the house or
Yeah,
something?
yeah. But of course, always giving dignity to every role, he just performs.
Absolutely. I remember him in one of the first Star Trek.
Yeah. I'm trying to get this thing here down so I can let's get the site. Unfortunately, I'm having to type it
Carol
because
for
I
Another Christmas.
yeah,
So
because
what did that get on IMDb? Did I get 4.5 too?
6.6.
So far we have Messiah on Mott Street as a lead in the lead.
Okay, I think I've got it. Carol for Another
No, the
Christmas.
Amos and Andy episode got an 8.
Oh, cool.
And if
Deservedly so.
anybody's looking for it, it's season 2, episode 13. It did air on Christmas Day of 1952.
Oh, cool.
I think Penelope put a link in the chat, right?
Yeah, I did, sir. Yes, sir. The
1952. I thought it was 55. That episode, it was even before Brown v. Board, right?
mm-hmm.
And so if you ever read anything about the Brown v. Board case, one of the tenets of the Brown v. Board case was how black kids see white dolls and how they see black dolls. And so
Yeah,
you have a show where they're showing, a black girl with looking into a store window with black dolls.
and being just like you know, so I guess it's not astounded, but certainly she is just swept away, by the thought of having this talking doll, this little black talking doll. You know,
Right.
it's just wonderful. Right. Okay. Well, I say I have a show that I want to put on here again, not film, but a show, and it is 1970s. It is Bewitched, and the episode is called Sisters at Heart. When Tabitha and her friend are the friend's parents are she's a black girl. The friend's parents are black. Little girl is black, and Tabitha, being white, and they want to be friends, and they are, of course, aware of issues, involving discrimination, because, of course, the issue of being that the you know, Stevens is also they have a quote unquote mixed marriage because Darren Stevens is not a witch and the and Samantha is. So it's a different type of mixed marriage. And these two girls want to be sisters at heart. They're besties, they want to be sisters. And so it's a really cute episode, regarding the fact that this little girl also knows that Tabitha's a witch. So it's a really cute episode that I remember this from my childhood because at one point in the story, Tabitha says, that she changes the little girl into a white girl. And she says, "I can't go home like this. I can't, do like this." And so Tabitha goes, "Okay," and she changed herself into a black girl.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah, and then
Mhm.
she says, "No, your parents gonna recognize you, whatever." And then she makes both girls Samantha makes both girls polka dotted, and makes oh, she girls make themselves polka dotted, and then the racist client or whatever, they deal with him, throughout the course of this because this this a party that they're having over the Stevens' home, and that they have this racist client there who is, you know, being dismissive of the black advertising agent who works for McMahon and Tate. So it was really good, and I always remember that.
I
And if you
remember that
want to
one
know,
now.
it got an 8.6 on IMDb.
It was good. It was good. And I
Yeah,
was
so
surprised. And it shocked me that it was a little black girl.
yeah, I thought it was really interesting that they put this concept that Tabitha. It's like, okay, then I can't turn her white, then I'll turn me black. You
Right.
can't turn me black and can't turn her white, then I'll make us both polka dot.
Bewitch is an interesting series.
Hmm.
I think we were discussing it the other day, and you said you never thought of it as a sort of
When I was
mixed
young, no, I did not
mixed
consider it
marriage. Yeah,
mixed marriage until I got older.
yeah. But
Or
some
I
of a
guess it's
lot.
because watching something like Bridget Loves Bernie, and they tried to make that seem like, oh,
I
mixed
didn't know
mixed
that.
marriage. I ain't get it. I didn't get it at all. I mean, I get Bewitched, okay, okay, I got you. But Bridget Loves
Right.
Bernie, it's like, well, there's white people, right? And one that was a Catholic and the other one's Jewish. I'm like, okay,
One Catholic, one's Jewish,
I was like,
which is basically isn't that wasn't that the original premise of West Side Story?
yeah, that they abandoned.
Italian, and
The original premise was they were like Jews and Christian Jews, not you know people who were Puerto Rican versus the Italians, or I guess
I,
the what you call immigrant Irish Eastern
yeah.
European immigrants. Yeah, the white immigrants versus the brown immigrants. There you go.
they changed it. They
Hmm.
changed it. I don't know why they changed it, but they changed
Rita
it.
Moreno.
Okay. Well,
I
Rita
think
Moreno,
she made an insistence.
she could have played either one. She could have played a Catholic or Jewish person, right?
I don't know. Whatever the conversation they had, it had to happen before they would started filming because pretty certain
Well,
they're not going to
it was a
change the
play
entire
first,
premise
right?
before you get started. Yeah,
It was a play
yeah,
first.
yeah. And if it was a play, and the play was, you know,
Puerto Rican versus the Irish or
yeah,
Italian
or what you
immigrants.
call
Yeah.
immigrants, the
Go back
European
to
immigrants versus the American Puerto Ricans. There we
right.
go.
And the
Yeah,
song about a song. What is the song?
I want
America.
to be in America,
Yeah.
but they are from America, so
You're
what the
already
heck?
in them. You're already there. That's why people
I
think
mean,
that.
what they should say is instead something like, I want to be, on continental United States. I don't know. It doesn't sound very good set to music, but I don't want to be an
Yeah.
island. I want to be in the continental United States. Okay,
Yeah, because that
it that
sounds.
way.
That people to this day think Puerto Rico is another country. To this very day.
Yeah, isn't it crazy that people need to go to school? I don't
Or
think
go.
people think that. I don't think they even teach you that kind of stuff in school anymore, do they?
That Puerto Rico is a Commonwealth.
Yes, that what the Commonwealths are places, like Puerto Rico or
Pennsylvania,
places like what
Pennsylvania,
n- what is it?
Massachusetts,
Massachusetts, Virginia.
Not New Guinea. What is it? The one that's
Papua New Guinea, or American Samoa.
some American Samoa. Yeah, that they don't talk about the fact that there are places that are out there, but
They're
no, they are
citizens.
not
They're citizens
states,
of the
but they
United
are
States.
commonwealths or protectorates of the United States.
Do you think that any Puerto Ricans have been like deported to? I don't want me to laugh, but because
I
it's
would
not
hope these
funny. It's
morons would
absolutely
not
not
do
funny.
anything like that. I really would hope that would not happen.
Or anybody who's of Samoa in American Samoa or any other places where
Mm-hmm.
their citizens, isn't aren't there like places in the Caribbean that are American people are American citizens?
I can't
U.S.
think
Virgin
of the
Islands.
other the Virgin
Virgin Islands.
Islands. I can't think of
Right,
anything.
right,
There's a lot of other ones are British protectorates as opposed to American.
right, right. And people have to
French.
learn the meaning of the word U.S. citizen.
Mm-hmm.
It's not. It's more diverse than people think it
Yeah,
is.
it's not just but again,
You got
the
people who don't think,
continental
yeah, you
United
got people who
States,
don't think Hawaii is part of the United States. So
which is kind of insane, but okay, y'all.
Right, but they don't look like citizens to me.
Uh huh. Yeah, but what does a citizen look like? And that's like somebody had made a comment, about someone. What are the Korean actors? And I can't remember his name. I see his face, but he was dressed in a tuxedo that was based on, a Korean traditional outfit, and he was saying he didn't look like, the typical, American. I said, well, no, he looks exactly like a typical American because that's what typical Americans look like. They look like people that come from places that are not from this continent because so many people do not come from here. So yeah, he looks just like a typical American, like an immigrant, like most of the people that come here, they have come from somewhere else. So he absolutely looks, normal to that. I mean, will we be remiss in not mentioning a Charlie Brown Christmas because Franklin sits on the other side of the table? Was that
No,
Thanksgiving?
no,
He
no,
doesn't Christmas.
Thanksgiving. That's
He was
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving,
I
yeah.
No, you
mean,
got
I
you got
don't
to
think
mention.
he's even in the Christmas special.
No,
No,
he's
because
not.
that happens
He's not there.
before. The
No,
Thanksgiving
you
came
got to
after
mention.
the Christmas, right?
It's not diverse. It's not a diverse thing, but it's very
Hmm.
enjoyable. It's Chuck Jones' Christmas Carol.
Yeah. Yeah, and if we are going things with like animals, not people, diversity thing, it's Arthur. This Arthur's
Oh
Christmas,
my
which
God, I
is
love that.
really good.
That is absolutely produced by PBS. It's on PBS. You can find it
Yeah,
on the PBS website or Amazon Prime. I think you can find it.
yeah, yeah.
But
But
Arthur's Christmas.
and it's really neat because even though you have people who are like, brain, and they're all, animals, brain families, they they celebrate Kwanzaa.
Kwanzaa,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then people like what's her name? Francie Frinsky, her family celebrates Hanukkah, you know.
Right, right,
So, it's
right.
very
And
interesting.
Buster
Buster Bunny, yep.
he lives with his mother who is divorced or separated from his father,
Mhm.
and so his mother keeps forgetting what day Christmas is on, and it's an adventure with Buster, right?
Mhm. Yep.
And
She just
and
doesn't
so
want to
they
miss
call
it. She doesn't want to
right.
be bad. She doesn't
They
want him to
say
have a
this,
bad Christmas.
right is and the strain on this mother, to make sure that her son has a good Christmas because she's a single parent. So
Mhm.
that is
Oh,
that is
I'm sorry. That is
really
the wrong Arthur's Christmas they put up. I got the Arthur Christmas, but they gave me the wrong one. So,
it may be
unfortunately,
like Arthur the Dudley Moore Arthur.
no,
No,
no.
there's a British Arthur Christmas.
Yeah, but I did
Oh,
Arthur's Christmas, and the link they gave me was this thing, Arthur
Yeah,
Christmas. I don't want
that's the
that.
British. That's the
Yeah,
British.
we don't want.
what
Don't look at that, y'all.
is that,
If you
Mr.
see that
Bean or
come,
something?
you
Yeah.
ignore it.
I don't know what that is. No,
Don't look at it. It's
no,
terrible.
that's not the right one.
That's wrong. So
Yeah,
yeah, do not.
but
Don't look at him.
yeah, but the
He's a
cartoon
liar.
animated, yeah,
Mhm.
the animated Arthur has a
Mhm.
Christmas and it's really really good.
Yeah, it is
And
very good.
I would say the same thing about here Hey Arnold's Christmas is really
Yeah, those. I mean, they have. I think a couple of them. That are very good.
hmm
And if we're gonna say we're gonna talk about them, we'd be remiss in not mentioning Futurama. So
I don't know
Futurama
about
is
diverse though.
well, yeah, you have everybody. I mean, they have a very diverse cast in Futurama. Come on, you have Hermes, right, and his family, right, right.
Yeah, but I mean, excuse me, Hey Arnold's Christmas
Yeah.
should be mentioned because the diversity and you have Mr. Wynn, who's
Yes.
who's who's uh who's from
Vietnam.
Vietnam,
Hmm.
and obviously, he's immigrated here over to the United States, and he left he thinks he left his daughter behind.
No, he didn't leave his daughter behind. Sent his daughter ahead.
Or he sent his
He
daughter
put her
ahead.
on a helicopter, and they couldn't fit
Right,
anybody else, and he just said, "Take my daughter,"
right,
and put her
right,
on a helicopter.
right, right. And everybody remembers the scene from Vietnam where they were taking
Hmm.
people,
Yep.
um, trying to rescue people, and
Hmm.
then of course, boat people. They were boat people and
Yeah.
all that. And so that's a very diverse episode of Hey Arnold. Hey
Hmm.
Arnold, in and of itself, is a very diverse cartoon.
Yeah. Yeah. Very, very diverse show. Yeah. So I mean, I think it's a really, really, really great show. So I'm trying to find that particular episode. So
It's on it's on Nickelodeon.
uh-huh.
If you have Nickelodeon, I'm not sure if it's on free anywhere. You may try to find it once again on Daily Motion or YouTube, but I don't think it's on YouTube, but it could be on Daily Motion.
The Arthur's Christmas episode. It was that Arthur's Perfect Christmas.
Yeah. Yep.
That's why.
It's almost the epitome of diversity because, as Penelope said, you have Kwanzaa, people celebrating Kwanzaa, people celebrating Hanukkah, people celebrating Christmas, and
Okay,
different family types. Single
mm-hmm.
parent
Yeah.
families.
Yeah.
Families who have a lot of resources. The family don't have so many
Not very many
resources.
resources.
And
Yeah.
families who are in the middle. They have they're middle class and they're trying to make it.
Hmm. Yeah. Cool. All right, man. So, and, I mean, anybody else, jump on in. Oh, Cranston, you've been kind of quiet about your Christmases.
Yeah, the only one that I could think of in general was I was thinking of, in general, the series, The West Wing, which was a sort of an idealized version of what a liberal presidency would be like because they generally lean heavily on inclusion and diversity and
Hmm.
fairness and that kind of thing, So
I never watched it.
Me
really,
either.
I
What
never watched
episode?
it.
They have a Christmas episode?
no, it was just a general thing about the series well, the series in general covered that sort of a liberal leaning thing about, this is what a truly fair presidency would be like if you could do everything you wanted to and you always managed to land on the right side of history, that sort of thing.
Hmm. Wow, that's cool. Okay. Because here in the background, we can hear a lot of stuff going on back there.
Yeah, that's my beeper going off saying, yeah, it's empty, so it's time to put another one in.
Uh, okay. I gotcha. I gotcha. Okay. And how about, I'm trying to think, any other things that we got that we think are,
They're
you
good
know,
shows. They're not very diverse, but it's really good to watch.
which is,
Like as I said, Chuck Jones' Christmas Story, A Christmas Carol,
yeah, yeah.
and if you're going to watch any iteration of A Christmas Carol, watch the one with Alistair Sims in it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a good one.
That's the best one. It wasn't the first one, but it was the best one.
Yeah, yeah. Because that other one was quite horrible.
The one with Reginald Owens in it.
That little boy is the one that gets me, man.
Oh yeah, The
Oh,
one that
Tiny
plays Tiny
Tim.
Tim. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
he's the worst.
Don't watch the Susan Lucci one.
I have never seen that. I have never seen a Susan Lucci version of that,
I know.
Called
I'm aware of it. I'm aware of
and
it.
I'm sure that it's probably bad.
Let's see what did that get on IMDb. Probably get
Yeah, look at that
a
score.
9.9.
Mm-hmm.
it got well. As soon as my computer, my computer doesn't even want to go to the page. It
Uh-huh.
got a 6.6.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember it being that good.
Ah,
Yeah,
I see.
I
Yeah,
gotta say,
especially when you're saying how other things got bad.
Ms. Scrooge gets a
Yeah,
5.
yeah, yeah. That's crazy.
It's they renamed it a Miracle at Christmas, Ebby's story. I just remember it as Ebby.
Miracle at Christmas, Ebby's
So who's
story.
Susan Lucci is Eddie?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. She's the main character, correct?
So it's Cicely Tyson of the Ebonita, and Susan Lucci is
Yeah, yeah. Well, I can get that. That makes sense to me.
I think both
I'm
names are a little bit too much on the nose, though. But
well, what are they gonna do? Name her
Well, she was.
Carla?
I was going to say she was Elizabeth Scrooge,
Okay. All right.
nicknamed Ebby.
Okay. That makes sense.
and Cicely
Um,
Tyson was an Ebonita,
Ebonita.
which is a really black name, isn't it?
Well, they could have just called her Ebony.
Yes, you're right.
They could have
Right,
just said Ebony.
right. You're absolutely right. And
I
is the
know.
last name Scrooge? Is that considered a Jewish name?
I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea.
Knowing the times when Dickens wrote it, it was probably was
Mhm.
at that
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. Probably. Probably. All right,
Knowing
y'all.
his and
His
supposedly I
predilections.
haven't watched any of them, but supposedly Lifetime has great diversity in a lot of their Christmas specials.
Hmm. All
But
right.
Lifetime and Hallmark channels.
Okay.
I have not yet to watch any of either of those channels, so I can't get a. But I just saw a listing of one that starred Denzel Washington's daughter.
His daughter's an
So
actor.
Mm. his
I
son is.
guess
I know his
But
so.
son is, but I never knew his daughter was.
I did. Like I said, I have never seen any of. I don't think I've ever watched a Lifetime or a Hallmark movie
Really?
ever.
I
So
have, I have, and I would say that the problem with those movies, besides being corny, I mean, a lot of people love those movies. But the characters are different shapes and sizes and colors. But it, that's the only diversity that there is. There is no diversity of like a point of view like the Miss Scrooge character. Like
Yeah.
it's just that the country girl or the city girl is now black instead of being white. But
Mhm.
nothing else changes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't know
Yeah.
whether
It's all the
is that
same
is
type
that
of
good or
story.
bad or anything. I don't know. I don't
Well,
know.
I mean, it's does everybody still like the story? Is it the same
It's
people
the
watch that
same.
story and still like
Yeah,
it?
just right. It's the same story. It's just a black woman or a Latino woman or Asian woman playing that character.
I was thinking as we talked about Hey Arnold, the Christmas story, I was thinking, is
Mhm.
there a analog to that like from Recess? Does Recess have a Christmas story? Because I was just like Recess.
Do they?
I don't know. I can't remember.
I don't remember any like that.
Me either. I just posted the one for Hey Arnold's Christmas story, but
Okay.
I can't remember whether Recess ever had I'm sure they did. I just
I don't
can't
think they
remember
did.
what it would be.
I don't. I don't know if they did. I mean, that was a pretty diverse cartoon show.
Yeah, it
And
was. Which would make me think, they should have a
I don't think
Christmas
they did
story.
though.
Okay, they have here Disney Channel Recess Christmas Miracle on 3rd Street. I do not know
Oh,
this.
really? What is the?
Yes. It's a Disney Channel thingamajig, so I don't know. what that
Is it old or
is.
new? Is it old or
It,
new?
let me see. Return. I do not know. I don't know. Wow. Let's
There's
see.
no year.
Look at the wiki now. 2001.
Oh, that's too new. Is it new?
Yeah, I mean, it can't, but that's about right, isn't it?
I
Principal
don't know.
Prickly gets his car stuck in a snowbank, decides that it must be the recess gang's fault. You know,
Huh? I would have watched that one. What episode? What season? What
but
episode
the
is that?
teachers look back and remember all the good times they had with TJ and the rest of the gang. Huh?
What
2001.
season one?
It's 2001, but I think this is an actual movie,
Oh, it's
not
a movie. Oh, you know
not
what
an
it is?
actual show
You know what it
thing.
is? You know what it
It's
is?
a compilation film.
Yeah, one of those lazy recaps.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. But I don't see any other recess that is a Christmas show. That's weird.
I
You'd
don't
think
think they
that they
did it.
would definitely have a Christmas show,
I
but
think they did the
I don't
lazy. I
see
think
one.
they just did the lazy compilation.
Yeah, and I think that's what they did, a lazy compilation show. Recess, you should be ashamed.
But they did do a show though.
Yeah,
They did,
yeah.
they just didn't write a special one for that show
Yeah, they just did not do
for
that.
Christmas. They didn't do a special one for Christmas.
Mm-mm.
They didn't really do these special shows for the holidays. The
No, it
reset.
didn't seem like they did.
No, they didn't recognize that. Hey Arnold, which had, once again had a very diverse cast of characters, did a show for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, yeah.
Did a
And
show for
Christmas,
Halloween.
yeah,
Halloween.
yeah.
Did a show for Christmas.
Hmm.
Did a show for Valentine's Day.
Did they have more than one Christmas, or only that one Christmas? The one
That's
where
the only one.
Helga had, where they, with the Mr. Wynn's daughter, and
Right.
Helga wanted the boots, the Nancy Spumoni boots.
Spumoni.
Yeah, very cute, very cute. I'll remember that forever.
Yeah, I don't think that they did a second version, a
Hmm.
second Christmas show.
Right. It doesn't. Yeah, I don't think they did. But I can't. If they did, I do not recall it.
But I mean, it's a very heartwarming episode.
Yes, it is. It's very so. If you are into animated things, this is a good one. You know.
If you like animation, I don't know, if people like animation or not. But if you like animation, I would think Hey Arnold and Arthur's Perfect Christmas
Yes, those are
um,
good.
are some of the best heartwarming shows to watch.
Yeah, and I would say in the any Futurama, Xmas show is good. The
Yeah,
Xmas show.
I think you hear Simpsons in the background, but I think when Futurama first came out, people thought it was going to be a replica of the Simpsons, and it's
Yeah.
not. It's way too fast. I mean, it's fast as Simpsons are kind of fast.
Mhm.
The the Futurama is like double time fast. The
Yeah.
jokes come fast. They come fast.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's great. You know. So I think that if you don't watch Futurama, the Christmas stories are hilarious.
They
You
come
know.
fast. They don't wait. They don't wait for you to laugh.
Mhm.
They come fast.
Yeah. I mean, it's really, really good. So I'm hoping that if you have not watched the Futurama, the Xmas, so they call it Xmas, not Christmas, Xmas. They are really good, and really really get a lot out of it. They are very, very funny. I'll try to find at least one. I know there's at least two Xmas episodes, at least two. The Robot Santa, that one. Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
there's a lot of
Oh
them.
my
Yeah,
gosh.
they did
And
at least
then
one
And then the
season.
one that go to the North Pole, that
Yeah,
one. Oh
yeah.
my gosh. Yeah, yeah, very good. They're very,
Mhm.
very good. So yeah, the Xmas stories. Um, and the first one, I guess, is when Fry finds out how Christmas has changed in the future. and Christmas is like he thinks we're coming up on Christmas. This is how great it is, and they're like, "Are you kidding? Santa Claus? What is he referred to? That cadaver junkie?" You know?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
very
no, man.
it's very dangerous, and people put
Yes,
steel
Santa
shutters
Claus
on
is
it.
terrible.
Right,
It's like it's like children take your suicide pills so you won't have to suffer.
right. They put steel shutters on the windows.
Yeah. So excellent, excellent. If you're into that kind of comedy, Futurama's Christmas Story is fantastic. The first one is let me see what year this was. 1999 is the first Futurama Christmas show.
Really good. And different, very different.
Yes, yes. So very, very different, very good. Um, I think if you give it a shot, that you will like it. Yeah. What in the world? And I guess you have it listening in the background, but you got it. There's probably some Simpsons Christmas things, although they focus a lot on Halloween. But I'm
But it's
sure
not
they
it's
probably
not it's not really it's not really diverse though. Simpsons are not
no,
really.
it's not. They do not have a lot of diversity, though. Futurama does. So yeah, they're very. I mean, if you are into like I said, very fast paced, snarky, sarcastic kind of comedy, then yeah, the Futurama is, you would like it, I think. Right. Okay, so anyone else have any of their diversity based um any of those? Okay, we're here. I got any others? Cranston with the West Wing, how interesting that is, but did they ever have a Christmas show? I know you said that the general feeling of the, Christmas of the way that things probably should have been, should be, but no actual Christmas
They had
story.
Christmas episodes. I found an article that talked about them all.
Hmm. Were they? I mean, I don't know if you
I
have.
never watched the show either, so I can't tell you.
Yeah, you can't tell us. Okay, well, yeah, but there we go.
I just found the article.
Okay,
And the fact that they said every episode, I was like, oh, so they did more than one.
okay, and I know you have one here, like for the Simpsons Christmas
Yeah.
episodes. So that's one that I I know they had to have them. I just their Halloweens are so great that they just move everything else, away, and you think in terms of just the
Well,
Halloween shows.
as I confessed to Cranston earlier, I stopped watching The Simpsons after they left the
Yeah, I
Tracy
heard that.
Ullman
Yeah,
show.
so you missed the entire
And
run.
so,
You
and
missed the
evidently the
entire
very first
run.
episode was a Christmas special. So,
You missed the entire run of the
How long
stuff
has it
with.
been on? My God, 30 some
I
years.
mean, because yeah, it's got to be like 35 or something, 36.
I think they renewed them. The last time they got a renewal, it was for the 36th up to 38th season.
yeah, they've
It
been on
has to
since
be.
80. They've been on since 89.
Yeah, because they were on after Evan was born when we started watching the show. So we're in Philadelphia. Evan was already born by the time the show started.
I wasn't on Tracy Ullman yet, still.
It was on Tracy Ullman. That was not the show, but Tracy Ullman. They were on the year after Evan was born. We were
And
living in.
Didn't Tracy Ullman sue them to get like
Yeah,
Yes, she did.
and didn't win.
oh she didn't win?
And she didn't win, or they resolved it without going any further.
Well, supposedly there's a double episode coming up next week for The Simpsons. They've got the commercial on IMDb.
Is it a
Oh, very
Christmas
cool.
episode?
Yep.
Oh boy, with this current person in chief.
Oh, and it already aired on
Yeah.
the 17th. Sorry.
Oh, it already aired. And it's a Christmas episode.
Hmm.
It's probably on Disney Plus now, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. Right, thank you.
I want to watch
Because we expect the state.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm trying to think anyone else because we're past our halfway point,
Tell
and
something from him.
yeah, I mean, and I'm just, I mean, I'm listening, and I'm thinking like,
You tell something.
huh,
All
I'm
right.
so
But won't nobody
surprised
get in trouble. You can still have it.
that
At least don't
Cranston
push
hasn't had more to say. You
Right.
just tell us Cranston doesn't celebrate Christmas.
I don't want you to, them to tell you you can't have it when you're
Well,
at
he's
Right.
busy dealing with his roommate.
I hear him. He has a but Christmas has not been celebrated by Cranston since childhood.
Childhood.
Yes, he
Why you
gave it
say
up.
that?
He gave it up for Advent.
Did he
I don't
really?
know. No, I'm kidding. I don't know. I'm just
Okay.
saying words. Just ignore me.
Okay.
I'm working.
And I guess also the other issue is, are there other holiday shows that we know of that are diverse that may not be Christmas?
You want it?
I don't know about any things that's just like straight up Hanukkah show, you know?
Yeah.
Well,
But
let's.
it's Hanukkah. It's Hanukkah now, but when we were growing up, we knew a lot about Hanukkah.
Mm-hmm.
The dreidel and all
Yeah.
that. I don't think people know about that stuff like that anymore.
I don't know. They don't learn it in school like we did. And a lot of that's part of the things like the music programs at your school, cultural things that you learn about other people's cultures.
Yeah, like the
And when they
dreidel
started
song.
cutting out,
They
yeah,
don't know the dreidel song or anything.
they don't know the Hanukkah, that was that the Hanukkah song.
Mm-mm.
Um, they don't know any of that.
They don't know any of that stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
so it's a different country, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we talk about diversity. The first thing people think about is black people, but it's more than that.
Yeah, it's a huge thing. And I think when they started again cutting out the issues involving culture and music that they teach us in school, that was their first um volley, of destroying American culture.
And the question indeed is, what is American culture, right?
It's and again, like I said, it's a goulash culture of a whole bunch of different stuff put in all together. It's not, some um homogeneous society. We're
Is it
made up of a whole bunch
is
of
it a
different people.
melting pot, or is it a goulash, or is it a melting pot,
It's not a
or is
melting
that the
pot.
same thing, or is that the
No,
same?
a melting pot would be that everything's boiled down to we are one homogeneous soup. And a goulash, or if you want to call it, what's the other thing? What do they have in New Orleans? The jambalaya, with
Gumbo?
jambalaya, not jambalaya, but gumbo, a gumbo, where everything just kind of sticks together, but each element, each ingredient stands on its own. That's what we are, what we should be. We should not be a melting pot where everything is boiled down so it all is the same. We're not the Borg. We should be everybody bringing their differences and celebrating those differences, and that differences is what makes up this whole.
Not like not like pluribus or anything like that.
Not that kind. No, not that. That's kind of like the Borg almost, right? Where
Yeah,
everybody is the same mind, the hive mind. We don't want the hive mind. We want everybody to have your own mind, but understand that the whole that we are is a whole that presumes that each person has their own mind. So yeah, that's what we're heading to, and hopefully we will this horrific time that we're having right now, this current administration in the United States tells us what happens when you don't put up the guardrails, when you presume that individuals, if you understand the nature of man, the nature of human beings, that it cannot be trusted, to hearken to the better angels, that you have to have guardrails up to keep people from doing evil things, that has to be done. And when we're contemplating these new Congress and midterms and the final and elections 2 years later, that we need to making sure that whoever it is that we are putting in office understands that we want them to put up guardrails. We want Congress to step in the door, putting in new legislation in order to, basically curtail all of this. Now that we know what they will do, we need to make sure that it's never done again
right.
so that we can get back to being, you know, the country that we were headed to back when we were kids, that we thought we
Change.
were headed to when we were children.
Well, you change the trajectory, right?
Absolutely. And we want to get back on track, you know? So I'm hoping that I know Sonia just gave us this link to a list. It has a Wikipedia list telling us the United States Christmas television specials. I don't know. Is it recent? Is it when is it up to? What year?
Not sure how recent it is as I'm looking through right now,
Hmm. Well,
but it's
it's one.
Wikipedia, so
Yeah,
it could change by the time somebody if somebody's listening on YouTube, watch it could change.
yeah. But I say this that this is just a list of television specials. We are not vouching for the diversity of any of it.
Right.
This is just a list, and you have to do a little bit of work probably to go through and see whether or not any of these fills that particular niche in what your viewing desires are. To get something that is more diverse. But I have to say
Same.
this. I have to say this as we move toward close out that I have not seen It's a Wonderful Life since Cranston told us several years back how much of a racist Jimmy Stewart is. And I
Oh,
cannot enjoy that ever again. In addition, when you see maybe on television and you kind of glance over and say, I see that black woman there who plays as their housekeeper, and I'm traumatized. I know because I'm always wondering, oh my gosh, did they do anything to her? Was she injured? Was she damaged? Was she, treated unfairly? And I can't even see this stuff now without thinking that this person was wicked. And what my God, what could have happened to this poor woman, especially because she has to come into physical contact with him. I just really, I really worry. So things like that, when you find out how awful people can be, it really is very difficult for people like me, who think a lot about stuff. Think, man, what could have happened to this woman? What? How could she have been treated on that set? And she probably couldn't say or didn't say anything, even if it did. You know. So that's I'm just saying, that even things shows where you say, oh, it was a teensy bit of diversity because they had this black woman in there, but then you feel like, gosh, this guy, how he really was in real life, he was never George Bailey. He was always something else. And you watch this and it's just a lie. So, I find myself now avoiding things like that take me out of my Christmas spirit, you know. And I don't know if anybody else is working through that as well, but I know I am.
Well, yeah, there are a lot of things that you do that, and you see these things where they will talk about these people and say about what a wonderful person they were, and they give a bullet point list of all the things they accomplished, and you think well they were generally like that, and you don't really know about the other things that went on, like
Mhm.
how Walter Brennan um, danced the jig when he heard that Martin Luther King Jr. had been assassinated.
Mhm. Yeah, that you said these people are sick individuals, and somebody may say, well, they're just playing a role, and there are people who are able to get beyond, the fact of what they are in their real life, when they're playing the roles. I just don't happen to be one of those people, especially not with regard to some of those folks,
Yeah. Well,
especially the unrepentant people. Definitely not.
well, the other thing that goes along with it is something that you hear a lot in discourse, especially in just the last week, with all the stuff that went on. That there are the people who defend people who do these really terrible things, and
Hmm.
they say that they are enablers and normalize the bad behavior, and they
Exactly.
say, well, this person that does this, that, and the other because it's just the way they are, and they don't really mean anything by it. And therefore, because that they hold all of these negative opinions, that you should just shrug it off, but no, you can't.
Yeah, and you shouldn't. And you shouldn't. You can't and you shouldn't. So yeah, I mean these things, that we watched, we show these things to our children, and telling them, showing them that this is our belief in how the world is and should be, and that despite these individuals who are working, day and night to take us, backwards, into the 1700s, you know,
Mhm.
we need to push back in the opposite direction. They don't own this place. They never did. And we need to make sure that they understand that we cede nothing to them, and that we will, claim and grasp, our beautiful future despite them. And of course, we drag them kicking and screaming when they have taken advantage of every benefit that's come along as a result of the great society and our great nation, but yet want to deny that to other people. What kind of people are they? Are they even people?
Mhm.
But I would say, we keep, our focus, you know, I don't want to say positive because it's not positive. Our focus is real. This is the real United States, not those people.
Mhm.
And we always need to start making sure that we're saying so, that you're not the real United States. You're something else. You know, you're not you're not what this country is all about. And if you want to be that type of person, racist, sexist, whatever, I'm sure you can find many countries that will accommodate you with that. Go there, you know, be a part of that. But they should not even dream that they're a part of this.
I found some listings of Hanukkah movies and stuff too.
Yeah, I
I
saw
cannot I
that
cannot verify them.
that they are
I
or
am
are
not
not.
qualified to verify
Yeah,
if
or
they're
even
the
if you've
best
seen them,
or fill in the
or
blank.
that they are um what do you call it? I don't know. Let's say, unfortunately, that if I
The only one I
posted,
can verify is American Tail. I
did they
forgot
have
that Feifel and his folks were Russian Jews
did they have
immigrating.
Hanukkah in it?
Yeah, very first beginning of it.
I have no idea. I've never seen it. Um,
That's the only one I can verify.
oh, come on. I gotta figure out. I dropped some of these letters. Otherwise, I'm not gonna be able to do one about the Hanukkah because it's too many letters. Uh, Here, we'll try it again. But it's kind of. I wish that James had been able to come. He said he was in and out. I didn't see him. Because again, I was out and about. I did see Nikki, and I think she's kind of out because she's been a little bit out of it anyway. She said she's going to try to make it. Um, but I'm hoping that everybody's doing okay because this is it, y'all. This next time we talk, it will be after Christmas. So, does anybody have any happy holiday things that they want to get out there? Happy holidays is nothing.
Happy holidays.
No,
Well, I gotta say, my mom,
Happy
her
holidays.
birthday was on the 18th, so happy belated birthday to my mom for her, what is it, her 83rd birthday.
Happy belated birthday to my sister who's in Albany.
Yeah. Happy belated birthday to my sister-in-law then in Albany. All right. And let's see, I think Nikki is back. Hey, Nikki was saying now, since we know next week, next time we meet, Christmas will have passed already. So any happy holidays or Merry Christmases you want to put out there?
Happy holiday, everybody, and be safe. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I have
Anybody?
a question. I have a question, Penelope.
Uh-huh.
Maybe we did this on another show, right? But what is the best toy you ever got?
Oh shoot. What was?
Wow, that's best
Oh,
toy or
we
best
did do one
gift.
because y'all teased me because mine was my Easy Bake Oven.
that
No,
was
that's a
my.
good thing.
Yeah, I
The
got
beans
my.
McGovern is that's a good thing. I had a Susie Homemaker.
I have
popcorn maker and a Susie homemaker oven. In fact, I
easy.
bought another one too once I became an adult, which I still have.
All right.
Because I
I
want
got.
Nikki's Easy Bake.
I got on the same.
Hmm. Oh, we just dropped Nikki. She'll come back.
Okay,
So I don't know if that.
yeah, I want Nikki's Easy Bake because if I had mine
She'll come.
disappeared.
Kicked
Okay.
off, y'all.
Yeah, yeah, we saw. You said you were in the middle of saying that something about your easy bake.
Easy bake oven and a light bright.
Oh, yeah, those are good. I'm trying to think, my best gift or my
Pick a
best
side.
toy. Is it best gift or
Why
best
you gotta pick
toy?
on
Pick a
people?
side.
What is the other thing? The
Why you gotta pick on
spirograph? Yeah,
people?
that's great. Yeah.
Oh,
But
I
no.
liked your spirograph,
Was that
Penelope. I used
electric
to
or
use your
battery powered?
spirograph.
Yeah. Spirograph, super spirograph. I'm trying to think what toy. Was it a toy? It's got to be a toy.
Was it electric or battery powered like that?
Well,
Light bright was electric. You had to plug it in.
you did.
Yeah, you had to
Yeah,
plug the light right in. I mean, yeah, we didn't. That's not battery operated. You had to plug that in the wall.
I don't ever remember plugging it in. I just remember just getting my pencil
You
and
would
just
not have been allowed to plug it in.
yeah, probably not. Probably not.
No way. You were too little. They would not ever allowed you to plug it in. I tried to think. I had the snow cone machine.
I
That was
remember that.
Oh yeah, I like the snow cone machine. That
Yes.
was a good. They were trying to get the toy. Okay, now when you say toy, 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 um, Otto, I mean not gift, an actual toy. Otto, I guess he must be gone. Yeah, he's gone. He
People
may have to
get
get the
pe-
log back in.
people are getting kicked off for some reason.
Yeah,
yeah.
probably the system is being overloaded. But I would say this. Um, I don't know. That's a hard one. I tried to do all the toys I've ever had. I've had lots of toys. Um, what the best thing was, I like games.
I
Those
remember
count
you
too.
got uh I remember you got Monopoly for Christmas and the Game of Life.
That's right. And I'm going to say for myself, those things rank high because they're things that we could all play together. So those are the
They-
things that I prized, I think, most. And I
Hmm.
said, but
I
I always
remember
that's what I'm
those.
trying to ask him. Does it have to be a toy
I'm
or can it
back.
be? Yes, hi.
I
We're
got
just
knocked the
asking
hell
you.
out.
Yeah, we're just asking you whether it was a toy or is it a toy or a game or a gift. So you're saying it has to be a toy because we're saying that mine was more like a game, which we had the game of life, and we had what's the other one?
Monopoly.
Monopoly that we played together, and those are the ones I guess treasure the most because then my sisters always we played them together, you know, and those were fun, especially life. I think was more fun than Monopoly because when certain people had to play the game with us, they always
And they
effing
just
ruined
made it
it.
such a
They
bad
always
game.
ruined it.
Who's
Yes.
that?
Oh, now okay, it's like okay,
Who you
well,
talking about?
not you. No, no, no. When we were children,
Oh,
certain people who shall remain nameless always ruined everything. So we're trying to play the game. Well, wait a minute. Well, now you have this thing. Now you have to count out your money, and show that you know how to make change and stuff. It's like, look, we don't care. All right, we're trying to play, and now you're trying to make this into a thing where it's like you got to do math and we just do each other's stuff. The younger kids, they know we just do the math for them and here, this is how you do
why
it. This
can't
is the
y'all,
man, and
why
move
can't y'all
on.
name
But
names?
no, I ain't naming names because I don't want to give them any type of what do you call it? Don't want to give them.
Recognition.
Thank you. Thank you. I just don't know. No, no, no. We had a great time playing those when it was us, but I would say life is better because the amounts that you had to deal with money wise were smaller and easier for the younger kids to count, and they could not, be messing with them with that. So I would say life definitely if you were allowed to do a game. Yeah. So if it's a toy, like it's a toy or game. So if it's a game, that's what I would choose. How
I
about
would
you,
say
Otto?
toy. I would say
Hmm?
toy. I don't
Oh, it has to be a toy, an individual
say toy.
toy.
Yeah.
Wow.
What
I
was
have
it?
to
What did you
say,
say?
I did love my Susie homemaker popcorn maker. because as a kid,
Did you use it?
it was a thing. Yes, as a kid, it's a thing that you could run on your own. You didn't have an adult. You plugged the thing in, you put the popcorn in, it popped the popcorn, and you could eat it, and you didn't have any adult to have to do anything with you.
Oh man.
That I would think as a kid, especially if you say, "Hey, I'm hungry and I food," popcorn is cheap. We always
Make
had it, and I
yeah,
could make my own popcorn. So I
yeah.
think, yeah, that looking back, I'm sure there are other toys, but looking back, thinking about it, that is a utilitarian toy that I absolutely loved.
I mean, think
Did you?
about it. Think about it
Mhm.
though. If you were being punished, right, and your parents said you go to your room and you eat dinner, you say okay, and you go inside your room and you make
Mhm.
popcorn and you got an easy bake oven, you don't need no.
Yeah. But the thing is, the easy bake oven is hard because if you go to your room and you have to need water and things like that in order to do it,
Go in the
but the
bathroom.
popcorn maker, I mean, but if they send you to your room, you're not going to get to go to the bathroom.
You don't
You'll be
get to go to the
watched.
bathroom.
You will
No.
be watched. No, you
Come
don't get to go to the
on.
bathroom. No, no, you don't. No,
You go to the bathroom.
If
You go
they
to the
send Otto,
you're sent
listen,
to your
listen,
room.
Otto.
That's
If
it.
they send you to your room, that's it.
you can't come out and go to the bathroom.
No.
No,
How do you
And
not
you
get to
better
the
not
bathroom?
ask for and you better not ask for a glass of water either.
nope,
Are you joking?
no,
You can't go to
Mm-mm.
the bathroom?
no.
Nope.
So how do you use the bathroom when you gotta use the bathroom?
You
Wait till the
don't. You
morning.
hold it.
You wait till morning,
Wait till morning.
or maybe late at night
Mm-hmm.
if you can sneak
That's not
out.
miss. That's not miss.
Yeah, but I say no. So no, the popcorn maker is better because
Yeah,
popcorn it has a high, long shelf life.
yeah.
You can keep it,
Right.
in your room, wrapped up in foil or whatever, in a Ziploc bag or bag, a
Yeah.
sandwich bag back then.
Did it make a
And
lot of popcorn? Did it make a lot?
Go get something to flush
yeah, I mean
for.
enough for kid,
Oh yeah.
enough for a couple of kids. Yeah, but I
Yeah.
mean it's not like you stop. You can make as much as you wanted, but it's an easy thing. Plug it in, pop the popcorn, eat the popcorn. And that's it. You don't
I
have
like
to have a whole lot of stuff with it.
I like that.
Yeah, yeah. That's would be my top utilitarian child toy
I
from
don't
my childhood.
remember that one though, Penelope. I don't
You were
remember
no,
that.
you would not. You were really young. You would no. I don't think you were even. You were no. You were born, but you
Um,
were really young. You were it's after. It's like right after you were born. We were
oh,
living in
okay.
Tallahassee.
Oh, okay.
We even had it though when you were a little girl, which you probably should have remembered because you remembered when we were in Tallahassee when we lived on Okaloosa Street. So
Mm-hmm.
you remembered living there. So
Yeah,
you probably just it probably didn't it wasn't a big deal in your life. As
exactly.
to have the popcorn maker. But yeah, but that was that during that period we had it too. About the same period that I got the light bright. No, I had the popcorn maker before that. But when we had the light bright, it was that same year we still had that. It was a
Yeah,
carryover from a previous year.
Is light
yeah.
bright? I didn't get the answer. I didn't hear the answer. Light bright, electric or battery power?
Electric.
Electric.
You had to plug it in.
I still I still have mine, but I
Guys,
don't know
we're
what
all the way
my
down to
father
the
did
last
to
second of the
Peg.
show. We got to
Okay.
say our
All
bye
right.
byes. Otherwise, we won't get our
Bye.
thing. All right. Merry Christmas, y'all.
Merry
Happy New Year.
Christmas.
Merry
And we'll see y'all again maybe next
Christmas.
week. Take care of yourselves. Goodbye.
Happy holidays.
Bye
Yeah.
bye.